Hello and welcome to this edition of Trojan Talk. I'm Neela Cole, and joining with me here today is the head girls basketball coach, Miss Chanda Rigby. How are you?
Hi, it's great to be here today. Thank you. Doing great. About to get the season kicked off here in the next week or so.
Well, while we're on the topic of the season kicking off, let's go ahead and talk about before the season. So over the summer, we have a lot of new players coming in, a lot of team bonding, because I believe you guys only have 3 returners on the team. Is that correct?
Right. So we only have 3 returners. We have a lot of talented newcomers. But on the subject of bonding, we had an unbelievable opportunity presented to us by Troy University. We got to go to Costa Rica this summer. We played 2 games there. We won both games. We played their national team for one of them. And then we got to do some awesome bonding. It really brought the team together this summer.
I believe you also have a new assistant coach joining with you guys this season. So how has that bonding been going with Ms. Grace Daniels?
So Coach Grace Daniels just got here just a couple weeks ago. She came to us from Houston Christian University. She's originally from Dallas, Texas. She is a great role model and a great coach for the women in our program, and they have bonded very naturally and very quickly.
So what are we looking forward to heading into the season, as well as the coaching and the bonding between the staff, the players, and everything going on around it?
And the players were eager to see how they'll come together, how they'll value winning, how they will do in adverse situations, and all of that brings us together as we learn more and more about each other.
I want to mention, I remember last season you mentioned a lot how it's not always about how you guys started, but how you finished. So I want to know from a coaching standpoint, do you do a lot of compare and contrast? Since it is a new team, it's not the same team as last season, and it's not the same players, it might not be the same start. So how do you manage that, knowing what happened last year, knowing the stats, the leaderboard and everything? How are you bringing that in with this team, or are we starting completely fresh?
Well, no, I don't think many teams like to be compared or contrasted against the one before them. They want to have their own identity. They want to do their own things. But what we do want to do is take the lessons we learned from last season, because even though we ended the season well, top 4 in the Final Four, Fab 4 of the WNIT, which has never been done before, we did start out the season on a very rocky note, 0-6. And all of those losses, 6 losses, it started with the first one. It was kind of a snowball effect. And so that's what we're trying to avoid. We want to learn from that lesson.
You guys have a few international students, I believe, coming in this season. Do you want to talk about those players for a minute?
Fortuna is coming to us from Cameroon, and she was one of the best players at all of NJCA at the national tournament last year. A lot of people felt like she was the best post player there. We signed her early in November of last year. We're very happy to have her here. She's probably one of our hardest workers. Emma is a 6'4", maybe 6'5" post player. We haven't had a post player really that big and mobile here before, so we're looking forward to what she brings to the table as well. We also have Ashley from Dominican Republic. She has been here and she played junior college in the United States at Chipola, but she brings her own flair and her spice to things, and she's one of the fastest players I've ever coached, and she gives her all on every play, so she'll be fun to watch.
Well, it's going to be a very exciting season to watch. As always, we are rooting for the Trojans. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much, and go Trojans.
And thank you guys for joining this edition of Trojan Talk.